Today, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about the digital dash on the Corvette C8 Z06. Now this one is a 2023, so I'm not sure if this applies to all years, but I'm going to try my best to try and get you as much information as I can just out of the digital part behind the steering wheel, also called your digital instrument cluster. I think I said that right. Or as most people call it, your digital dash. So let's get straight into the video. All right, everyone, so this is the dash, the digital dash of the 2023 Corvette C8 Z06. In the top left corner, as we can see there, we have our G-force. And then we have our oil temperature just below that, our water temperature just below that, and then our mileage on here. We have about 21,600 miles. I'm sure this car would last to anywhere between 50 to 100,000 miles, just depending on how well it is maintained. Now, in the middle, we have our speedometer, which I will show you how to change that in a second. Over here, you can see we have an up arrow on the front of the car, meaning if your car has the front lift option, it is raised. We have our audio, obviously no device is connected, our parking brake, and how many miles we have left for gas. Now, depending on how hard you're driving it, I've had this up to around 285 miles on a full tank, driving it very conservatively in cruise control. But as you can see, when I'm driving it in Z mode, which is the most track focused mode, I'm only averaging with it full around 195 miles. So we also have our directions on the bottom right. Now, so to be able to control your digital dash, you're going to go to your steering wheel, and right here you can see you have your left and right button, which if I click, it'll change things over, as you can see on there, just like that. So we're going to start all the way from the left side, which brings up our trip computer. You have two trips, 1, 2, and it tells you your speed, your fuel economy, etc. Then in the last 50 miles, on average, I averaged about 13.5 miles per gallon, which is pretty bad, but you can see my best is almost 23. And like I said, that is driving it very conservatively. Now, if we go down, we can see our trip timer, if you want to start that. And then we can go down to our current drive cycle, which will tell the miles, the fuel economy, and the time, basically since when the car started, which I've had it running for about 4 minutes. Now, if we go over to the next page, we have our performance. Basically, if you go to this, you also want to use your scrolling device, as you can see right here, which will scroll down on the pages. So, as we can see, we have our performance timer, which accelerate to start gets you your 0 to 60 time. Now, like any car, I doubt you're going to get a super accurate 0 to 60 time on a road because your tires are going to slip everywhere, even with this engine being in the back. Next, we have our lap timer, so you can configure your own lap timer to start on whatever track you're on. Then we have our center of gravity. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong on that. Next, we have launch control, which is obviously unavailable right now because I am in park. So we go all the way back up to the top. It doesn't really matter. You can be in the middle and still go over to the right. And that is our audio, showing whether we have our device connected or not. This is our maintenance now. Engine oil, you want to probably get an oil change. I usually do it between 0 and 10%. Our transmission fluid and transmission filter. You want to change your transmission filter every other oil change. I don't know why they did that with the Corvette, because some cars can go for months, years without even changing it. Now, this car, you have to change it every other oil change. This is our air filter life. Then we have our engine life. So basically how many hours and revs out of 10,000. Doesn't really mean much. It's not like when you get to 10,000 out of 10,000, the engine's gonna blow. Hopefully not. Based on what I did my research on, it just means it'll keep going up, basically. So if we go over next, we have our options. These are a lot of options down here. Now let's start from the top. So you have your display design. So we're gonna hit OK. And again, you just press the little scrolly thing right here. That's OK. You just press in. And then we go to our display design. So I'm in sport right now. Let's go all the way to weather. So this is what weather shows you. You can see it a little bit different. It shows you your time, your temperature, your tire status, and changes it to blue. Now we're gonna go to, after weather, we're gonna go to track, which I have been digging lately. So it completely changes. Instead of a circle speedometer, we have a line, and we have our oil pressure, we have our gear temperatures, we have our oil there, and then our water down there. Also with our tire pressures over there, as you can see, my left one is a little low. It should be sitting around 30 and when it's cold, so that's normal heat. Then you can go over to sport, which is what I was in earlier, and then we go to tour, which is pretty similar to weather, but it tells your oil pressure here instead of your tire pressure, and that also comes in blue. And then link to driver mode, which means I'm pretty sure you can customize your own. So if we go back to sport, I like using this when I'm just cruising, and I like the track one when I'm really driving it hard. We can go to info tiles section, which basically tells you everything you need to know about the car. Oil pressure, oil temperature, all of this. Let's go back. This is our speed warning. You can change this, meaning that if the car reaches 160 miles an hour, it will not go any faster. Go to units. Obviously I'm in US because I am located in Florida. Our tire pressure, I don't know why Chevy did that and it just doesn't show up, but I go to the track mode and that'll show my tire pressure super easily by just changing the display design. Heads up rotation, which means I can rotate it. I just like to leave it as it is, as you can see it right there. And it changes for track as well. So if I go to the track display design, it'll change it and you'll get lights showing up on each side there and there coming up as you get into the higher RPM. So let's go back to sport, and we're going to keep going down, and basically just a bunch of other technology that you don't really need to worry about at all. I really just focus on changing my display design. Now if we go over to the right, that's just going to simplify your display. I've never done that. So it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy to use, very, very convenient, but it did take a bit of learning if you have no idea what you're doing. So I like to stay in the sport display design and see my maintenance, so I can keep an eye on my oil life. I can see if my device is connected, and I can also change songs, etc. And we have our trip computer. So you have your trip computer, performance, audio, maintenance, options, and just to simplify your dashboard. I usually just keep it on the audio as if I'm listening to music. And that is everything you guys need to know about the Corvette C8 Z06 digital dash. If you guys have any questions for me, or if you know different settings that you guys have put on your Z06s, or if you just like the video, comment down below. Let me know if this helped you at all, or if you have any other questions, and I'll be gladly to help with that. We are also going to be including a bunch of different video types in this car. I am also going to do a video on the infotainment center, on all your steering wheel buttons, on the full interior as a whole. This is going to be basically like a series. I'm going to show you everything you need to know about the interior, a lot of this car that is still new to me because I'm just now getting the hang of where all the buttons are, and now I have finally figured it out. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hit that like button, comment down below if you have any questions or if you have any comments at all, and subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of more videos coming, so I will see you guys on the next video.